What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you guys so much for joining me on this interesting day we had in the price action of Bitcoin. And listen, I wanted to come live, for a second time today because earlier in the day I did a show about potential breakout of Bitcoin as we were retesting the 34 higher $3,400 areas here. And the minute I signed off, we had this just explosion up to the $3,700, blasting through our area of interesting, notable, and near-term support turn resistance, which was basically at that 3550 area. And we just blew right through that like a rocket ship, and are resting here currently, going hourly chart here, sub 236, but finding support, above the 328 around 3570 earlier in yesterday's candle here. So I want to come live to you guys tonight, Friday night. I got a nice mall back here. And let's go over, what just happened yesterday in terms of the price action. We're, a couple hours into our new daily candle here, and take our time tonight. So I want to give a shout out here to all my friends in the chat room here. We got Pat Can, Claiborne Taylor, Scorp Music, Sculptor Smith, Mark P. Muhammad. What's up, guys? Pat Can. Just hello to you. Hugo, Wizard of Idiotland, Pat Ballas, Tone Loke, Jamie, Demetrius. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you for the kind tip, my friend. Listen, Brady the GOAT. What can I say? What can I say? It was an amazing year of football. And no matter what everybody says, it was a very awesome Super Bowl, a very intense Super Bowl, several heart attacks throughout. And we'll see you guys next year. Patriots will definitely see you guys next year. Mohammed, hello, my friend. Crazy World Videos, Jesse C. How's everybody doing tonight, guys? Thanks again. Demetrius, you're awesome, man. Thank you so much for the tip. Remember, guys, tips are always welcome. You guys are more than free to, if you have any alt requests or any general questions, we'll always accept great tips on a great Friday night. 39 of my closest friends here. Listen, talking a little Bitcoin price action here because we had just tremendous price action moves, and we have to figure out kind of what's going on here. Remember, you guys can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Big Chonis here. Remember, give me a follow on Twitter and a thumbs up if you enjoy my content here on YouTube. I'm trying to branch out here and trying to figure out different avenues to, express my content and to move forward in just expanding the reach of what I try and achieve with my content on Twitter, on YouTube. I'm kind of redoing my Discord, chat room group there, and I'm trying to figure that out. So remember, I did add a new link on my Discord group here on the info section of this YouTube channel. So check that out. I'll be tweeting that in the next couple days once I get the bare bones, backbones of the Discord group kind of up and running. But I want to get a little more engaged with other areas and other avenues, to reach out to you guys and to talk to you and express my views and what I'm seeing in the current price action of Bitcoin. Altcoins running today hard. Is Litecoin leading the way? We just passed through so many critical areas that we thought were major resistances, and interesting area where we actually found our current resistance a little bit above the $3,700 area in the price action of Bitcoin. And we're also seeing, trying to figure out which of our altcoins, Litecoin has been leading the way with the best looking chart, the best looking bullish chart, and they definitely had the best expansion today over, at the highs, over almost 30% highs before settling down just a little bit here. But I do want to start with Bitcoin because, listen, this is where Bitcoin's ranging slash bullishness has allowed a lot of these altcoins to have higher gains. And what we're really asking ourselves is, listen, if you either A, miss this bullish move, or you were short and got stopped out, or you were short and you really didn't do that kind of momentum move here, we have to figure out where our next move in Bitcoin is going to be, because there's a couple scenarios I'm watching for here. So let's just talk about just very quick near term on the hourly chart. Okay, I don't want to go down lower than the hourly chart just yet, but I want to talk from just our most recent swing low to our most recent swing high. We did close our daily candle below the 236, below 36.24. Okay, we did find support above our 38. Now, we talk about areas here where we can retrace, and I literally put this tweet out a couple hours ago talking about our upper range, our lower range, and our oh crap danger zone. And what this really means is that is that we're watching to see what kind of a retracement we have here. Now, it is possible with the volume behind it to reclaim our 23.6 fib retrace and to bust through, retesting our $3,700 area and continuing on, to the 4K range. A break above 3,800s, and I'll get into that in a moment, brings us to 4K very quickly. Okay, there's kind of open air from a little higher than where we wicked off to that potential 4K retest. But before we get there, the market has to say, okay, this was a huge move. We were able to break intraday on the daily above our upper Bollinger, something we have not done for such a long time. Now, guys, I talk about the Bollingers consistently here and how accurate in terms of the areas of consistent resistance until proven otherwise. So, why don't I just go to the tweet I did earlier today? Where are you here? Okay, and this basically spells it out. The last time we broke through our upper Bollinger on the initial attempt, okay, resistance, breakout, intraday candle came through. We never actually closed above our upper Bollinger. The second attempt closed right at it, wicked out intraday here and here to the penny, but never actually closed above it and got above it. And once again, okay, the intraday break, okay, now this time is different. Now what's different obviously is the tightness of our Bollingers, the ease of breaking through our middle Bollinger, which here and here acted as strong resistance on these double, retests. And to break through it intraday earlier, there were people taking profits on longs because um, just the higher time frame breakthrough of a major resistance, meaning our upper Bollinger, that moment was a just wow, I can't believe we moved up here so quickly, so fast, even with that volume profile, and profits were taken. So for now, okay, we are below our upper Bollinger. Okay, our yesterday's volume candle was higher than anything bullish since bullish, really since December 20th. Okay, but what do we have then, and what's going on right now? We had, our bottoming red, our 1 day of an inverted hammer, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 days of just cranking Bitcoin bullishness with awesome volume bars increasing every day, day by day increasing. This volume bar was good. It was very good. Okay, but it was still lower than our last bearish sell-off bar, and it was still lower than looks like most of our bullish bars, except for our second follow-up one. My point is, our volume yesterday was good, and oops, and consolidation today would also be fine. I also would prefer more of a notable consolidation into the weekend than just a straight up retest of our $3,700 wick out area so far. Um, coming back down, coming back down. The areas of importance which we're really focused on are two ranges, and they are. And I wonder if I refresh this, would give me. Nope. Yep. Okay. Give a little refresh here on the trading view. Let's go down back to our hourly where we started. Auto it up. Okay, so a couple things here. Let's start with our Bollingers. Hourly, way outside it, came back in. We're still really wide here, really wide on our hourly chart. Middle Bollinger 3,500 and rising, okay, but we're still really spread out on our hourly. Our 4 hour, okay, really spread out like jaws open wide here. Okay, and we're still above the upper Bollinger on our 4 hour. We don't do that often. Okay, 1, 2 candles, 3 candles back in, 1 candle back in, rejection. Even when we're very bullish, 1 candle, 2 candle back out, 1 candle back in. No more than 2 candles here. 1, 2, 3 back in, 4. No more than 2 or 3 candles outside. We're on our third 4 hour candle outside of the upper Bollinger on the 4 hour chart. Okay, I like using my 4 hour chart. This is an interesting Bollinger mix. We were very tight in our lower Bollingers. We were very tight in our upper Bollingers. We've expanded that. But we historically know that about 3 candles outside of our upper BB, and we come back in to consolidate. I don't think Bitcoin's this bullish yet. Okay, and the volume, though interesting, is not knocking my socks off yet, even though I'm in flip flops. Okay, so let's come in a couple more candles on the 4 hour. Let's get back inside our upper Bollinger on the 4 hour. Let's get our middle Bollinger, our major support now, rising higher, still in 3400s. Let's get that one going higher here, supporting our support there. Who else in the chat room tonight? What's up, guys? Only 59 people tonight, huh? Quiet Friday night. I guess everybody's out in town and whatnot. But that's cool. What the heck is that guy? So let's look at a couple other charts here. So I just want to just blast through a couple just interesting indicators so I can get the ball rolling here. I do have a tendency to ramble, as you may have uh, heard. So, a couple things. I want to start with, hey, Yan Wo Lee, thank you, sir. Big Chonis rocks. I appreciate you. You rock. Thank you very much for the tip, kind friend. So today, um, TD bleeding combo 13. Okay, it's been a while, very while since we've had a bleeding combo on the 2-day Bitcoin chart. Have we ever had a bleeding combo like that? Yeah, we have. Ooh, there we go. This was a 9 with a nasty bleeder. Wait, 1, 2. Well, I guess only 2 candles before the pump. Just totally different. This volume is still just, oh, it's so low still. Like even the high volume is still low. This was not the best looking volume for a pump like this. Okay, it almost felt like the books were thin. You know, the ask levels were thin, basically moving up. Which reminds me, I want to look at the VPVR in a moment here. So listen, bleeding combo 13, 1, 2, third day into it on the 2-day. Okay, the 3-day had us right at a 9. And as we started this new candle, which was on the 3rd day of this candle, we were in a bleeding 9. So to have that price flip to a 1 was great. And now we have our SNR stop and reverse level on our 3-day at 3387, and another one from the previous 9 we had on the 3-day, which didn't necessarily mark the bottom, but at least ask the range of it on the wick at 3211. So 2 more areas of lower supports that, listen, I bet you will be tested at some point in the future here. Um, So yeah, that's a great question. Free Soul Park, US asking for so talk about order books. So this is something I should probably talk about a little more about order books, and different exchanges have obviously a slightly different order book profile, but what I'm basically talking about is you have a wall of sellers that currently own Bitcoin, and they were just, had sell orders in from 3450 to 3550 to 3650 to even 37s. But as the higher you got in this movement here, uh, there wasn't that much on the sell side, probably much past $3,550, $3,600. So once the price action was able to just blast through that last $100 of Bitcoin momentum to 3,700 and a little higher, was pretty easy because there wasn't much up there for sale. It was a thin book up to that area until the Bulls were like, all right, we're just way outside everything upper Bollinger, and let's just take our win and call it a day because we made so much freaking money on Litecoin and a few other alts there. So order books matter in terms of supports, walls, money flow. And in terms of kind of where the market was of this consolidation area here. So we had a bleeding 2, we had a 3-9, we had a weekly still in the 3. We've ever had a combo flip here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are in a green 1 because we are above 35.11 on the weekly. Now we got 2 more days left in our weekly candle here. And if we can close above 35, no, I'm sorry, 30, Jesus, 35, 36. If we can close above 35, 36, 1, 2, 3, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Close 35.14. If we can close above 35.14, so I'm counting back 4 candles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 35.14. Close above that. This will be a green 1 weekly. But remember, we've had a couple green ones in our post 6K bearish break. We had the break of 1, we had a red 1, a green 2, and now coming back down, and now this rise here. So let's take a look here. and see what's going on. Ah, Litecoin, huh? All right. Thank you, Clay. Thank you, Claiborne Taylor. Let's take a look here at Litecoin. Are we breaking through? Now, all right, this is what is really frustrating me right now, though, with Litecoin. Um, Look at this volume, okay? So we're just drifting higher here on just this. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this volume here. You know, even the 4 hour, okay, lower volume, the past 8 hours. Yeah, look at we're only an hour left. So past 7 hours of price action here. We have lower volume. We have higher price in Litecoin. So I'm a little suspect on this bullish push, though notable, and Litecoin leading the way. So 4 hour chart, 6 consecutive green candles on the 4 hour chart. Let's go back in time here. Find me 6 consecutive, oops, 4, 5, 6. This is the last time right here. We had 6 consecutive green candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 was a kind of a hanging man. We had consolidation with a little bit of a higher pop, and then we just kind of fell back down, and we consolidated there just for S's and G's. Right above 786 in the 65 pocket area of support before actually ranging higher. So this was the last time we had 6 4 hour Litecoin bullish candles. And is Litecoin this bullish with a diminishing volume? Something kind of similar here. We had that volume spike at the very end. No, this was rising volume at the peak here. Okay, we have falling volume. The peak was 8 hours ago. We have falling volume in Litecoin. We have a rising price in Litecoin. So this tells us two things. Right now, there aren't a lot of sellers in Litecoin. There are people still really kind of confident. Above 40 Litecoin is a good area for now, but the volume is still a little suspect. And let's just figure out what is the best case. Let's just go consecutive best case. Okay, so there's a confluence area we have here with the current wick out of the 786 fib. Okay, and we're finding support above. Now, what is this? This is an extension from our $22 nut bottom so far to our $41 impulse wave, initial impulse wave, the pullback to 29 and change for several weeks, and then the current impulse higher to 786, like to the penny, that area hit. So we see that hitting there, and little consolidation above the 65618. Okay, golden pocket just barely. Now, best case hopium. Okay, let's talk about a couple areas here. So we have our extension of the one. So let's just talk about a full, 1-to-1. Okay, this is our one, and this is another equal extension of the initial impulse wave. Puts us a little bit above $48. That also puts us right at, which I'll use this one here, the lower range of our pre-bear break $50 area. So that's notable. Yeah. That's great. But what we're wanting to watch here for is how much more running room does Litecoin have? And listen, is Litecoin really taking us, taking our market, up with us? Is Litecoin really leading the way here? It has been consistently, as I said, the best looking chart. Okay, the cleanest inverse head and shoulders, the cleanest bullish rising support above the middle BB, and then on the daily. Okay, Bitcoin couldn't do that. Bitcoin was just barely holding the lower Bollinger support. Okay, I don't particularly like to be above the daily Bollinger, to be above the 2-day Bollinger, to be above the 3-day Bollinger. I mean, come on. Okay, listen, I like it, but to be above the 3-day Bollinger, where we're tight but not super duper duper tight. I mean, are we really that bullish in Litecoin? And by bullish, I mean like we're not doing this. Like this bullish move in Bitcoin from $50, $60 to $400 because Bitcoin was coming off of $20,000. Okay, there was so much more money in crypto at the moment here. This move here above the 3-day and closing above the 3-day Bollinger, which has not happened since the last nasty shooting star candle on the 3-hour that closed at $306 was the last time we closed above our 3-day upper Bollinger. So I mean, again, breaking through initially on the first attempt is also something of curiosity. We did something here. Well, actually, we did it many times. We actually rode this sucker up quite a bit. Up, middle BB test, up, middle BB test, up, middle BB test. Way too high above. Break the middle BB. Didn't even touch our lower Bollinger. Rode that middle BB for a while and then just boom. I don't know. I'm just not confident that Litecoin, even with the volume of yesterday's 3-day candle or the previous day's 3-day candles, is that bullish considering we closed above our 3-day and our weekly. So we are currently above our weekly middle Bollinger. And really? Camera's not clear. That should be due. So Litecoin is still by far the most bullish and consistent with holding that volume and potentially, showing us the next step in our Bitcoin price action. And what I'll be looking for is a better consolidation. If Litecoin in 2 days from now, 2 days minus 3 hours, can close above our middle Bollinger, then is the upper Bollinger test really in play? Is a 58 to 57, 58, even $60 Litecoin, upper Bollinger weekly Litecoin a potential? If we can find middle Bollinger support on our likely weekly chart, very possible. Okay, the next 2 days are so important with our price action. Okay, look at this is the 12-hour. We have 8 hours left. Let's go to the 6-hour. Okay, look at this volume follow through. Okay, 6-hour. Okay, we held above this next 6-hour candle here. We are closing this sucker out in 40 minutes. This is 6 hours of price action, $41 to $43. Consolidation, yes. Bullishly engulfing the previous candle's body, currently, yes. Above the upper Bollinger currently, yes. But look at this volume. The lowest volume we had seen since the initial break when Litecoin was still around 30, let's call it sub $34. Okay, we want fall through and consolidation, but this volume is and because of that, you're not going to induce a lot of traders to really FOMO into this at this point, to being above the Bollingers on the higher time frames with a lower volume profile as we're closing out, these candles here, above our 4-hour, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4-hour candle with a lower. And look at, I gotta draw this. Look at what the volume is telling us right here. Here's the thumb. Here's the index. Here's the middle finger. I mean, is that not a sign or what? In Litecoin, in the price action here, I mean, is that not, just the biggest fu right there? That Litecoin showing us in our volume here. Listen, $43 Litecoin, it's great. It's great. We were up 100% again. Oh, no, I shouldn't say that. We basically have done a 76% of our 100% initial bullish pop here, but we have to keep these things in mind. Are we that bullish? And we have to go back to Bitcoin to really establish if Bitcoin can keep running, for sure. Litecoin can hit the 47, the 50 area, these higher areas here. If Bitcoin can hold about 3550s, and this continues to revert back to these zones here: upper range, lower range, danger zone. Danger zone means we've given back our entire candle here, our entire rocket ship candle here. We do not want that to happen. Upper range means that we have basically broken above 3550 and held it because it was support, turned resistance, and now currently it's back to support. I'll take that. I like that. I'll take that for sure. But 1440. But we can see that we need you know a more of if we're not going to get the volume follow up, if the volume follow up is not there yet, then interesting traders, interesting minds, mine being myself, are going to be watching to see how the price interacts with this upper range. And if we don't get the fall through in that area there, the lower range could be something of interest to watch, because that means that we're finding support below the 3550s, but we're finding support on the upper range of the lower range above 30, below 3500, but above 34, let's call it 75. This still coincides with supports above our weekly MA200, our monthly MA50, which is a great segue. Hold on. What's going on? Yes. Weekly. Yes, that's what I wanted to do. So get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. So here's what. This is interesting. This is what I'm kind of thinking about right now. Is when we initially test major areas of historic support, thus the MA200 on the weekly chart, we found a very strong bounce off that. That's stated in fact, that happened, that did exist. We have come back to it, and once again, not really touched it this time. Okay, just whisked by it. I mean, can we get closer without touching it? We can't. We were above it by 31.40, $13. Okay, close enough for horseshoes and the other thing. And we see where our next 3 weeks of projection of where our MA200 support will remain. A little higher 33.40, a little higher 33.50, a little higher 33.70. Heading into the end of the month, the end of February. The second bounce off a major support, though notable, tends to be the weaker of the two. The first bounce is stronger, the second is weaker. And because of that, we have a couple things in play. We have a new defined support line with 2 touches here, and now our candle wicks. We still have our overall resistance line with 3 touches, 3 wicks Okay, close enough. I'll give it a, okay, so we have 2 touches here. We have 3 touches here. And I really want to mark this as red. Resistance, 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 thrice, support, support twice. Now, this wedge can take us pretty tight here into March. MA 200 support weekly holds the next couple of weeks with a consolidation, an equilibrium consolidation, because what are we watching for? Okay, what is our equilibrium? What am I talking about here? Thinking about this larger, we have support. Let's make this green. Let's make it thick. It's thick. Okay, we have support 31.23. We have resistance after that at 42.32. We have support for now after that at 3333. Okay, let's just call it double Larry Bird. And we have a zone that we can range into while maintaining our lower high from where we have currently found resistance up to either our angled resistance line, which gives us almost another 6% in the price action of Bitcoin, or a double top 11%, or 13-ish percent to the $4,200 range. Hopium to 44, 20% Bitcoin price action here. Okay, these are hopium moves from 20% to 15 to 11. My point through all this here is we have our consistent low, high, lower high, higher low, and for now, like today at this moment, I have to call this moment here, this 3711 area, the lower high and the current equilibrium resistance area. Now, this does a couple things. This makes us tighter here with our low and our high, and I actually can now draw for now. I keep saying for now because for now, this is where we're at. This could change with another pump higher and a new higher low, a new higher high. But for now, these lower highs and higher lows have brought our ranging area, the close and then the close. I mean, we are really tight here. We are getting even tighter and tighter in our weekly. And this could be the rest of our month here. Speaking about the month, let's go to our monthly chart here. MA50, okay, finding that support. Haven't touched it yet. We have not touched our MA50. And I think we will. I really think we're going to touch our MA50. Thanks, Malik. I appreciate it. Just playing around with the background here for sure. Yeah, so MA50 on the monthly, currently at, let's get exact here, 3163, and then 3230, and then 3297. So again, we might be able to hold the 3Ks, heading into March. And a lot of it has to do with our volume profile continuing into February. Remember, we are a little under a third of the way through February's price action here. And we are still very low in our volume profile. Okay? Like very low still. I don't know yet. Okay? I'm not liking it. The follow through so far, volume, still very weak. Okay, and we want to watch Litecoin still consistently to see if it has the cojones to keep this moving forward. And so far, it's really strong still. But as I said earlier, it's kind of giving us the finger. Where's my finger go? What the heck? Oh, there he is. Oh, auto. That's why. What the heck happened to my finger? Oh, that's why. There we go. Middle finger, right? Litecoin. So listen, Litecoin can lead the way. Another bullish push earlier than Bitcoin can push because Bitcoin was a laggard to Litecoin's price action move, and that was notable. Okay, Litecoin, like it did before, gave us that paving the way, and so far that is kind of interesting. So that's something I keep watching. Now, there's a lot more charts I want to take a look at here, but I'm going to do a quick intermission, and I'll be right back. I'm back. Thanks for sticking around. Let's keep it going here. Um, let's look at a couple other indicators. I want to keep it on Litecoin for the time being here because it's been kind of leading the way, but we have to acknowledge a couple things here on our daily RSI. We're at 73, just a very strong 73. This can be very bullish. We have examples where we can be above. Our top off here at 92, 88, 91, 90. So we have examples of things above 80 as we are currently at this 73 area, 74 area. Now, these moves have either been very quick in one, push, or a combination of aggressive pushes higher, followed by very defined resistance areas. Very defined. Wow, that should be a different color. Very defined V tops, almost these very sharp peaks, if you will. When the RSI does peak off, same with the lower resistances under 70. And so once again, we're breaking into this newer zone above 70, but what a good candidate potentially for this double topping here of that RSI. Just kind of pulling this out here, I just happened to notice this interesting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, very clean on the RSI here. This 5-wave structure here of just the pure RSI, and with a kind of very tight 1618 of our wave 3 extension of 1, and a 3 to 5 right at the 786. So this is a very clean 5-wave structure here with maybe a little running room in this current push here. But keep note that when Litecoin does tend to top off in these bullish RSI moments, it's a pretty defined peak every time, which this setup here could be potentially an example of such. Let's keep it rolling here. Looks like the feed is a little crappy right now. We all still here. 59 people, 48 minutes. Let's keep it going. Yikes. Let's get that out there. So Stoke, daily Stoke, Litecoin, still Litecoin. Um, strong with running room. Not much to tell there. That looks good. So does the MACD. A little stretchy here in our indicators. Similar spread to the last bullish push. And we have to note where our current histogram is, right at this area of resistance. Remember, we got above it here. We got rejected here, and we're once again at the same rejection histogram area with a lower high of our MACD so far. That is something to keep note of as a lower high resistance. Okay, we break higher, and then we're talking, all right, the really bullish still, but that's notable. What else we got here? OBV. Now, oh yeah, this is something else. Now look at our OBV. Look how the crazy spike up here in our oscillator. But look once again where it put us. I have to get right close to the top here. Okay, look at these wick out areas here. This was our ATH. This was our Litecoin 400. I just can't talk about that area here. I have to talk about the bear market areas here. And the best of our bear market got us to up here, and we are lower than that, but we are higher than these past 3 recent peaks. And we have a resistance line based on a triple touch of said peaks on our OBV oscillator. That is notable. Resistance higher, higher, and then our overall zone gets us just a little higher. So how much more running room can Litecoin have? If it is the leader of the pack currently, then how much more running room can it contain? If Bitcoin is still kind of this, holding it down slightly here. Obviously, our CMF was just blown through here. But again, where are we in conjunction to previous areas of resistance? Best case, we broke through the higher low of the last case, but we're once again in the zone where our bullish moves, our April move, remember our April move very clearly, okay, where these moves tend to top off. Tend to top off. Tend to top off? Question mark. Okay, but this would be in conjunction with the last step. Until proven otherwise, these continue to be areas of, suspect. Last thing I'll do here on Litecoin. This is our. That is interesting, isn't it? Let's triangle this bad boy. So this is our rising wedge OBV Litecoin. I like this. I like this. And you see on our on balance volume, we're higher than our previous peak, but we're right in conjunction with this current bear pennant ish. I mean, how is this not a bear pennant in the OBV? And how are we not hitting the upper line here? It kind of looks like we are. Almost out of wine here. So let's finish off the show on a couple things here. Let's go straight into longs and shorts. Something that I should have been paying a little more attention to, and I will be in the future, is to talk about Bitcoin longs and shorts. But if I'm keep saying that Litecoin keeps riding and setting a precursor tone for the market, then I should be watching Litecoin longs and Litecoin shorts. This is our shorts here, Bitfinex, resistance, resistance, resistance on the same line. So our shorts topped out on a rising, broadening wedge line to the T, found that resistance and got. So this is what's crazy. Shorts on Litecoin got liquidated, but they didn't get liquidated that crazy. I mean, 30, 29.7 down to 26, and now they're rising once again. These shorts are adamant on Litecoin to break this thing down. And longs, they're looking good. They are slightly double topish, and they have a little bit more running room for a more defined near term resistance area here around 30 KK, 30,000 ish areas there. So this is an area where we're going to continue to see, maybe they can get a little higher there, but I just don't see that much more running room in Litecoin. And if it is, the kind of liquid Schwartz that's keeping this market going, we're running out of liquid Schwartz. We need a little more Schwartz. Or dilithium crystals, if that's your thing. Bitcoin shorts, going back to Bitcoin here, line of volatility, never really hit it on this attempt here, came pretty close, very close actually, but never really was able to achieve that touch, but still we got that volatility with this nasty daily candle, but the longs took profit. They actually took profit in that pump when the Bitcoin price action hit 3650, basically about 3550, 3650, $3,700. They're like, okay, I'll take a win. And they took a win. That's why yesterday's candle on Bitcoin longs on Bitfinex closed with a very long upper wick because profits were taken on longs that really hung in there and actually had a successful trade there. That was notable. So I'm going to keep an eye more on the longs and shorts and get a sense of what could be overextended. Either way, ETH longs as well, still ranging higher. ETH shorts. Oh, I'm a little sleepy now. ETH shorts. Wow, look at that. ETH shorts are just getting low now. Are soon running around. But MA200. So ETH shorts are still coming down a lot here. and have a little bit more running room at longs. Not that crazy yet. And I wanted to add BSVP. Wow, look at look at Bitcoin SV shorts. Look at Bitcoin SV longs. What the heck am I supposed to do with those two charts? They're almost the same thing. All right, let's go back to Bitcoin here. And yeah, look at there it is. So, all right, listen, I want to keep referring to this chart. This is the chart I put it on Twitter earlier in the evening, and it's just our upper range zone, our lower range zone, and our oh crap zone, which basically negates this whole more or less candle pump as it was. We have want to hold 3570 area, 3550, 3530, 3500. I'll take it. Okay, but if we get down to our lower range, then we've kind of negated and reinforced the notion that 3550 is actually a very strong resistance, even though we were temporarily able to break through it. So that's something I'm going to be watching for over the next, day of consolidation. Okay, for this move to really kind of keep some legs going above it, we need to have the volume come after it, and it's okay for Bitcoin to consolidate. A move like this can and will set up for another bullish push. The question is, how low do we go before we get that next little pop higher to squeeze out the next little bit of FOMO action coming into the market potentially? I'm not, again, I started the show earlier talking about how I'm not really excited about the volume profile we're seeing in the follow up of this candle, but I'm okay with that just because we're still so far above our Bollingers on our middle to higher time frames that consolidation at this point would be very healthy if we want to go higher. Bitcoin will continue to run the show, and its expanse can only be bullish for this was a good move here, but it was really pushed through by the relationship of the near-term resistances. Now, I just want to stress a couple things here. Um, this the opportunity of this move to pull in people and go a little higher as well, before we hit our upper resistance zone, is still on the table. The daily MA, is this the 50? Wow. The daily MA 50, find that resistance here. And once again, MA 50 resistance on the daily Bitcoin Coinbase triple tap, remains. And until we can close above our 50, I'm not prepared to target our 100 or even higher. So these are things that, we want to keep an eye on here. What else do I want to say? So we talked about Litecoin. Keep an eye on it as the precursor. I just want to bring up Bitcoin Cash just for now. There's just two things here that are kind of gnawing at me. One is its initial overall pump from the bottom. Bitcoin went up 30%. Ethereum went up, 100%. Litecoin went up almost 100%. Bitcoin ABC or Bcash ABC went up over 200% on its initial impulse move, capitalizing, on Bitcoin's really, stable pump here. Now it's still below on the daily the MA 50, while Bitcoin is like right at it, or at least wicked up to it, and that would basically put the price action, a little around the 140 range of BCH ABC. There is also this gap here in the Coinbase price action here. I'm I'm still a little not sure as to how meaningful this is, just because the whole, like, yes, I'm a big fan of filling gaps in the charts, but the whole circumstances behind how this gap was created with the fork, and Coinbase not being able to figure out which ABC or SV it was going to name BCH. That decision time created this gap here in price action, and I mean, yeah, if gaps get filled, if that's basically the notion, then the gap up to $383 could potentially be filled in the price action of BCH ABC. I'm not saying it's going to be this run here, but the notability of the fact that, yeah, it was because of the split, Brad Anderson, absolutely. It was because of the fork that happened back. Which one to go with? They went with ABC, and so far as we're at. So I don't know how meaningful this gap is, um, but the meaningfulness of the 200% move before this, pretty wicked retrace, obviously, of 78. Well, it was more actually, right? Wow, right on 78. So look at that. Look at that. Oh God, I love it when the fibs come together, We found support right at the 78. We found resistance right at our golden pocket on the same retracement. And for now, it tells me that we're not ready to go up that high. Now, if I want to just do a mountain climb here to our, gotta get higher, gotta get higher, gotta get a little bit higher there. There we go. High to low. Right there. Yeah, we still have a little running room to 135, just to hit the 236. And listen, crazy best case scenario 618, 184 to 188. That would kind of coincide there right with our MA2, with our MA100 on our daily resistance. Where is Bitcoin's MA100? 4,000 and falling there. So these are possibilities, bullish possibilities. Um, if this volume can continue, if the follow up volume after meaningful consolidation can continue. Um, so, all right, that was an hour. You guys are awesome. 61 of my closest friends here. Thank you so much for the tips tonight. Juan Wu Lee, thank you so much. Demetrius Pusatis, thank you so much, my friend. Much appreciated. And overall, I'm not, was able to catch some longs in this move. And I've taken most profit in this move here. Because I'm not ready to commit to the next leg. I'm not ready to commit to a similar bullish move than we had here in December, where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of just ripping Bitcoin, ripping alts. Okay, I'm not ready to get to that point where we are there yet. So I will keep you guys posted on Twitter. Guys, check out this Discord link here. I'm trying to get the channel kind of up and running again. I've had it for months. I just really haven't been engaged with it, but I want to see kind of what I can do with it, and I'll be much more engaged with it over the next coming days and weeks. So check that out. Please give me a thumbs up on this program here. Thank you once again for the tips tonight. This was a double show day because we had double show price action of Bitcoin that warranted such. Remember, just quickly here, last to wrap up. Okay, Litecoin still really kind of bullish here, but we're still most bullish, most overextended. Daily still way above our Bollinger. 2-day, 3-day, way above our Bollinger, way above our Bollinger on our 3-day. Our weekly above our middle Bollinger here. Let's consolidate a little bit here for better expansion. Our volume follow up so far is still a little suspect, especially with Bitcoin. That can kind of crash the whole party unless it at least holds this $3,500 equin area here of support there. So hey, what's up, Jay? So you guys are awesome. Yeah, I'll check you guys out tomorrow and Sunday because I am here for you. I am Big Chonis. Tell your friends. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on YouTube. Check out the Discord link there. Please reach out to me on my homepage. I'm still almost done with chonistrading.com, bigchonis.com, where I talk a little bit more about my mentoring, and I'm still figuring out how to better express what I want to offer with my students here. And, I have some of my former students watching this show right now, but, an hour with me just to ask the questions, whether it's trading view setups, which indicators, how to use this, how to read this, what am I looking for, this kind of one-on-one where you have your own Big Chonis show, just for $120 for an hour or the package deal. So check out bigchonis.com, and I will keep you guys posted if anything crazy happens here. Let's just keep it clean, keep it safe. If you're in a long, just be smart. Big moves like this need to kind of chill out for a little bit before the next expansion here. I want to see the volume follow up. I'll be keeping an eye on Litecoin and looking for any other altcoins that may show any kind of bullish divergence to Bitcoin's price action. Until I see that, I personally am waiting on the sidelines for potentially better entries. Moves like this, when the consolidation happens, tend to give a second little push higher of notability. I'm just not ready to long that just yet. Maybe I'll miss it. Maybe I won't get there into my position, scaling into my long position. But as I've stated, I'm willing to wait a little bit here to be a little more conservative. After making a decent little bit of money here on this bullish move here, I want to be smart in terms of where I want to position my money next. And for that, I'm going to be patient as we're heading into the weekend. Okay, lower price action comes into play on the weekend price action here. Tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. Let's see if we can close out our weekly candle. Still very nice here. And I will refer you back to the past couple tweets I put out, especially with Bitcoin here. Weekly, ideally, let's close above the 3550 area. Notice our 2017 September area of history, where we are right currently wicking out on area of resistance turn support, support turn resistance at $3,700. But I like the tweezer. I like the tweezer bottom on the weekly. Get a good tweezer with a bullish engulfing. Then we'll set up next week's price action for expansion. We have running room in February now with this pop to get a little bit higher here. Okay, March is a whole different story. We got bear crosses in the future to potentially contend with, but February with this pump for now is looking decent, as long as we can get the volume follow through. Until then, it's Big Chonis. Love you guys. Peace out.